What is up? That is way too close. Jesus. All right. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about. This is just something I've been thinking about the past few days. It's about YouTube cubers. They get big, they get a bunch of subscribers, they get a bunch of fans. Everyone loves them. It's great, and then they just stop uploading, and they just dip. So why does that happen? Well, I have a bit of a theory, and it basically revolves around like what kind of content you make in the first place. So as a bit of a ridiculous example, let's say your business, your like social media presence is selling pictures of your feet on Patreon. There are people who do this, and there are people that will happily pay to see pictures of your feet, and then maybe if you pay a premium price, you can pretend to be their girlfriend or boyfriend or something like that. There are people that pay for this kind of crap, and obviously the people who do pay for that kind of stuff are weirdos, and they're not really people you really respect as like a content creator. They kind of just weird you out, and you don't really have a healthy relationship with your fans because of that. So as a result, you may have all these fans, you may have all these people that just absolutely adore you and your feet, but what ends up happening is you don't really feel motivated to keep doing it. Even if you are making half decent money, which you actually can for some fucked up reason, but whatever. I'm not going to kink shame. And yeah, and I think that kind of happens with some YouTube cubers as well. Like, I'm not going to name names, obviously, but people who, let's just say they pander a bit to the lowest common denominator in a lot of ways, and they attract, let's just say, cubers who spend a lot of time inside, a lot of time on the internet. They cube, they don't really take it that seriously. They just kind of do it because it's fun and it feels good, and they chase feelings. And maybe they like memes, and that's just kind of who they are, and that's like who your fans are. And as a result, you don't really respect your fans, so your content, it can start to reflect that, and it can start to kind of seep into it, and then eventually you just kind of, you're like, screw this, why am I putting all this effort just to, be king of the fucking, whatever you want to call that type of person, And so reflecting on this, like I think about the content I make, and it's not necessarily the most well produced. Obviously, it's improved a bit recently, like actually, buying a camera, buying some lighting equipment and stuff. But there are other reasons for that, obviously, and you will be finding out about that early January. Haha. But as far as my content goes, like I don't really pander to, I guess, like the lowest common denominator. Like with pretty much all of my content, I expect like a baseline level of understanding when it comes to cubing, and also a certain type of attitude as well. I don't want people who just want to fucking, I've talked about this before, like mental masturbation. They're like, wow, this content's really great, it's so cool, and all these ideas, they're really smart, and then they just do nothing with it. And those aren't the kind of people I want visiting my channel, and that's just how I am, and that's kind of the person I am. And as a result, like, yeah, I get less people watching because I'm not pandering to the lowest common denominator. But the fans I do have, like, I genuinely like, when I say I love my fans, like, I actually mean it. Like, when I go to competitions, I don't always get as many cubers asking me for autographs and stuff like Nathan Wilson, or maybe Felix, or, I don't know, anyone else, like David Pierce, whatever. And I'm not saying they make bad content. Like, I'm sure they, like their fans as well. But, the people that do, come up and talk to me, they're like, hey, Jay, this video you made about da-da-da-da-da, it really helped me, and then I got sub X because of it, so thank you. And, like, when I hear stuff like that makes me feel so good. Like, honestly, like, being able to actually help people is, it's I would say the best feeling in the world, honestly. So, I have a lot more, like, I guess, respect and, real love for my fans because of that. Now, I could have a lot more subscribers if I made slightly different content that, pandered to a different demographic, but then there wouldn't be that kind of level of satisfaction. And I think there are cubers who, I think they are capable of making interesting content, the kind of stuff I make. But, they like having a big number of subscribers. They like having, slightly better sponsorship opportunities, getting free cubes and stuff like that, whatever. But it just doesn't last. And then what happens is, they just kind of get sick of it. And then, they stop uploading. And I think, having that kind of poor relationship with your fans and looking down on them in that kind of way, I think that's a big part of what drives some content create, and this doesn't just apply to cubing, this is also in like other niches obviously, but this is a cubing related video. I think that's a big part of it. Anyways, my mum's home and she's gonna yell out and ruin this, so thanks for watching.